on the set.
It's live TV on Tuesday afternoon, and we're all kinds of fucked up. Anyway, Jesus Christ. Can everybody hear me? Everybody hear Jay? Are we good? Are we on? Bueller? Anybody? I can't hear you at all, Jay, just so you know. Oh, wait, because you're muted, because I'm an asshole. There we go. Okay, there we go. Hi. Okay.
It's my show, and you have me muted. Like, what the actual hell, Meacham?
I'm sorry. God,
you're fired.
It's gonna be one of those days. Oh, Christ. Like I said, it's live TV. Okay. Dear wrestling gods, if you're out there watching, please don't screw up my NWA prediction show like you're screwing up my poor JJ show here, because goddamn it, I need money. Anyway,
we all need money.
We all need money for sure. But at least you have a 9-to-5er. My poor ass is
but you know, anything extra I can make from these is always appreciated.
Which is very much part of the topic of today's show, isn't it, Uncle Jay?
Well, yes, but first of all, let's get right into the meat and potatoes here. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us here for this month's edition of Renegade Recap. Not Dad's on Wrestling.
Oh, fuck's sake.
But Renegade Recap. We appreciate you guys tuning in for all of the hashtag shenanigans. Buy the shirt contained within the balcony
either,
here.
Of course. I got nothing. There we go. There it is. Okay. Lordy.
Killing me, Smalls.
I know. It's going to be an hour, folks. Say that right now. Anyway, let's just keep on going.
In all fairness, though, today is probably the least prepared that I have been for an episode as well, because, full disclosure, we literally just finished filming an episode of Dad's for later on in the year. So I had no time to really do research and look up how many current views I'm at, comments on episodes, any of that good type of stuff. So this show is probably going to move a lot quicker than normal.
Yes.
Which I know is good because, again, full disclosure, once you wrap here, we have more filming to do, kiddies. So, you know. I will say one comment that did catch me off guard is I received a comment over the course of the month from a March show when I was doing all the movies with wrestlers.
Oh, okay.
And no shit, the director of 90 Feet From Home commented on my review.
What the hell?
You know, basically a, hey, thanks for the support type of thing.
That's tremendous.
You know, considering it's more or less an independent film, I'm sure he goes on the social medias periodically, you know, Googles his stuff to see, you know, what pops up. And lo and behold, there was a movie review of it.
Right?
Well, yeah, I thought that was kind of cool that the director of 90 Feet From Home with Shawn Michaels commented on my review.
Very, very cool. I dig it the most. Very, very cool. So in the attempt to prepare, which clearly we are, I am still waiting for the trivia question to come my way, by the way, just so I can post it on
it's in the private chat,
which I didn't check. I checked the Facebook chat, not the private chat. And I don't see it in the private chat, which is always a good sign.
If I have to copy it and resend it through Messenger, I will real quick.
Please do, yes. Just so I don't have to lose any more of my mind than already is gone after the damn taping this morning.
You're right.
Golly. Yeah.
Between your technical difficulties, my computer's shutting down.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said at the end of it, we're probably going to have to reshoot a good last third of that show. It is what it is, you know. Not going to throw the clothes away or anything, so it's all good.
All right, so it just got sent to your messenger.
Very good. There it is.
All right. So I don't have any of those statistics to give out like we normally do on the show, you know,
right.
Current views, comments of episodes.
Right.
Jeff doesn't have the trailer loaded, so we can't run the trailer for this month.
Right.
So,
well, I do have your Renegades trailer on its own loaded. That I've got ready to go.
Okay, cool. Before we do that, then let's get into what is so special about this month's Renegade recap, Jeff.
Well, Unky
today, today is the first giveaway that I'll be doing.
It's the first of the month.
So, all of our viewers out there that are watching live, it can't be a participation if you're watching on Memorex. Sorry.
That's it.
So all of our fans that are watching live, which hopefully there's quite a few of.
Yes.
You know, we may need to take just a moment here to post this into the group and get it out on the Twitter.
Yes, I'm working on that as we move. Again, you know, two hands are never enough in life and porn and anything, and just never enough. Never enough, I say. Anyway, and we just went to the dark side and went way off PG there, so that's okay. Just screw it.
Used to it with you guys.
You know, for real, it's you should be by now. So I want Facebook. There we go. So. Yeah, we JJ decided. I just kind of co-signed because it's his show. I went along with the fact that we need to do something to involve you guys way more than we are because, not going to front, viewership's down a little bit across the board, not just on my shows, JJ shows, whatever. So JJ had the idea, and I completely co-signed with it, that we needed to start interacting during this show because this is the live show and we have a lot of movie fans that are on this this platform. And it was okay, so we're doing the wrap of Sci-Fi month. We're going into Disney month, spoiler alert. What do we do to tie in, and how do we draw the people in? And due to JJ's workplace, basically kind of happened upon a opportunity to give away a pair of copies of the Blu-ray /DVD /digital code copy of Star Wars: The Force Awakens. And I'm glad I didn't use the graphic I had in the graphic I had set up because I thought it was the other cover, so I screwed up. So that's my bad. But here's how you can win one of those copies. You have two options. Very, very simple. Number one, be the highest donor. That's right. Pay attention to that ticker. No, we didn't say highest donor, Rob. Stop watching and trying to be all cool. You can't. I'm sure you have a copy of The Force Awakens anyway, RVD. So get out of here with that shit. And if we're being honest, I'm sure Matt Riddle is trying to give Rob a little run for his money there for the highest donor. But anyways. Well, no, Matt's too busy trying to suck up to his arcade, bro. Whatever. Anyway. And, if this was 10 or 15 years ago, I'd say Jeff Hardy, but be that as it may. Only 10 or 15, really? Hiatus, remember? True that. True. Fair enough. Okay. But in any event, so highest donor to one of those or a super chat. Yeah, we're live, folks. You can super chat. That's right. True story. Will obtain one of the copies of The Force Awakens. This is true. And right about the halfway point in the show, we will do a trivia contest for the other copy. I have a question all prepared.
Jeff has it. He will pop it up on the screen when it's time.
Yep.
Not Vader time, but trivia time. And
Star Wars Vader time.
And we'll run from there, and hopefully we'll be able to get some of the participation that we desperately are searching for, both on this show, my channel, and Jeff's channel in general. Because as he said, we're trying to get a little bit more audience participation, if you will. And if this goes good, then there will be more giveaways as time goes on. I wasn't looking to do this on a regular monthly basis, but I very well could do another giveaway next month when we cover Disney, as I've already got a couple of films that are doubles in my collection that I could give away. So let's just try to roll with this here. But first thing first, and Jeff, I see you're kind of doing stuff on your tablet there, but we're about ready to throw to the trailer for this month. So if you can fire that up for me real quick, and let's take a look at what's coming here in June on Renegades Reviews. So there we go. We're going to be taking a look at the Walt Disney Animation Studios films, beginning with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs today at 3 p.m., 6 Eastern, on the Casa D18 Studios channel. And we're going to run all the way through The Rescuers Down Under from November of 1990. It's weird to think, though, that when I'm doing the first half, 31 films spanning 57 years. And then when I pick back up next year, we'll be starting with 1991 Beauty and the Beast and doing 31 movies spanning 30 years. Man, once we got into the late 80s, early 90s, man, the machine just started churning them out. It's just so funny to think that the first half of what I'm doing is 57 years worth of material.
Bonkers.
And then we're going to get the same amount of stuff in roughly half of the amount of time.
Roughly, yeah. It's crazy, right?
Just so insane. And we're covering every single animation studio's film. You know, we're going the golden era, the package era, the silver era, the bronze era, and then we'll just be cracking the Renaissance when we end.
Yeah, barely.
Because Little Mermaid is the start. We're going to get the Little Mermaid and the Rescuers Down Under from the Renaissance. And it's like, the Rescuers Down Under is part of the Renaissance, but Oliver and Company isn't? Come on. I'll get more in depth than that when I get to those parts of the shows, though. But
it's all about chronology, not quality. I'll tell you that much. Not that Rescued Under is bad by any means, but you know, it's one of the
few. It's one of the few that I've never seen, so I will be interested to see what I think when I get to it. There's actually quite a few, believe it or not, that I've never seen prior to watching them to review them.
Right.
You know, The Rescuers and the Rescuers Down Under, never seen.
Black Cauldron. One of them? Oh shit, nope. Dude! Wow.
Black Cauldron, Great Mouse Detective.
Yeah.
None of those I've seen prior to watching them for these. The package films.
Right.
A lot of those I've never seen prior to watching them for this. Now, I've seen some of the shorts contained within the package films.
Yes.
Things like Casey at the Bat, Peter and the Wolf, Mickey and the Beanstalk. But as its entire visual theatrical presentation, never seen those from start to finish.
There you go.
So it's going to be very, very interesting to watch some of those, both the older and, I'm using this term loosely, more primitive productions. And then as we go chronologically and technology advances and the way animation is done advances, and you know, by the time we get into the second half next year, we're using computer animation.
Right.
It's going to be very, very cool to do a bunch of these. What's going on, Jeff? We seeing any commentary? We getting any activity?
Not a damn. So I'm trying to get the freaking thing open. That way I can do... Come on, there it is. There we go. I wanted that to go on. That way people can see they can donate. And then there was a comment that said cool shirts, which I appreciate that because somehow this 1997 shirt fits my fat ass. So for what that's worth. Bought this thing freshman year. So, yeah.
I love the fact that I was able to find something Robin Hood.
Right.
Scored this bad boy at Company D about a year or so ago.
Company D is off-wind. God bless Teresa and everybody else. Good grief.
You got Alan Adale on the one sleeve.
Yes.
You got Little John on the other sleeve. Yep. Robin in the middle. The back's got Prince John.
That's right. Where he belongs in the back end. That's right. So
just a well done shirt. So thank you, Michael, for that.
Yes. And mine, of course.
If you're the only one here, you stand a good shot to win the trivia contest if you want to try and score that DVD Blu-ray set.
Yeah, and if you don't want to win the trivia, feel free to drop the coin in, brother, because, well, I mean, if you're the only person here, you're the highest owner, so there you go.
This is also true.
That's it.
As some of you may know, originally this month was planned to be Marvel.
Right.
Excuse me, but I had to flip-flop months due to circumstances beyond my control.
Yes.
Back in April, lost my grandmother. So in the beginning of June here, June 10th, I'm going to need to take a trip to the Midwest, Missouri, for her funeral and everything.
Right.
And so that's why we went ahead and blocked in Disney for this month, because back before Renegade's reviews was actually going to come back, when Disney Plus first hit the net and the streaming services,
Right.
I was starting to have ideas of bringing the show back. And I'd even mentioned it to Jeff at one point when Dad's was still in its relaunch infancy, and just started watching the old classic Disney movies and taking notes on them.
Yep.
So that if I did decide to relaunch, I had something going for me already.
Right.
But then once I did decide to come back and do it, and I kind of found my groove with how I wrote my reviews, I realized that I needed to rewrite them in order to expand and get a decent little chunk of show for each episode.
Right.
But the fact that I've already watched roughly the first half of what I'm going to review and have notes for them already just made more sense for me to do this month, so that I can knock them out, can them, edit them, upload them. That way shows are going while I'm away for those few days.
Right.
And the channel isn't just dead.
No, because it's one of those things where Country Property Relief, we actually do put priorities above this stuff, and going to have your stuff with your family is definitely a priority for anybody. So it's unfortunate when you have to do stuff like this, but it's also like the Dweem always said, baby, it's what it is. So
July then will be Marvel month.
Right, and not just MCU. Let's not just say we're only going to do 24 shows that month. Oh no,
no, because
no.
And the way I have it lined up, granted, I still need to fill in a couple things on the bookends.
Right.
But the way I have it set up, I'm going to do the MCU films in timeline chronology order.
Attaboy.
So the very first MCU film that'll be tackled will be Captain America, the First Avenger.
Right.
On the 4th of July.
Damn right.
Because you can't get much more patriotic than Captain America on the 4th of July.
Very true.
So the way everything's going to fall is there's 3 films before Cap, and there's 3 films post Spidey Far From Home. The MCU bookended nicely there in the middle there.
Right.
So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and make the announcement now. First of all, yes, I will be doing Black Widow, where that film falls within the MCU timeline.
Yeah, baby.
So it'll be my very first new release film that'll be addressed here on the show.
Tremendous.
Even though it will have already hit theaters and Disney Plus a couple weeks before I get to it, I will be reviewing it where it falls within the MCU timeline, which is right before Infinity War. It's the last movie before Infinity War. So I'm going to kick off the month with the Blade trilogy.
Ooh.
Because without the success of the original Blade, there wouldn't have been a Spider-Man movie, there wouldn't have been X-Men movies, and there damn sure wouldn't be an MCU.
Right.
Blade took a character that not too many people in the mainstream knew, made bank at the box office because Wesley Snipes was just that badass in the role.
Yes.
And arguably launched Marvel movies the way we know them today.
Yeah, I would say so.
So I'm going to start the month with the Blade trilogy, then we'll do the MCU, and then I'm going to wind the month down with some of the less popular Marvel films. Howard the Duck, Ben Affleck's Daredevil, and Jennifer Garner's Elektra.
Okay.
That's how we're going to do this here, kiddies, because there's way too many X-Men films to fit them into the month. And there are 4 Fantastic Four films in existence. The 2 featuring Jessica Alba and Chris Evans and them. The reboot with Michael B. Jordan, and then the never seen the light of day except on bootlegs Roger Corman version. So can't do 4 films in 3 days either, unless I did a double feature day. And I'm already going to be covering so much ground on Marvel stuff. I'd rather just save those for another time.
So that, yeah, no sense in overtaxing when you're trying to do something you enjoy, right? So,
Yeah.
You know.
So that is why I picked those less popular, less desirable ones to kind of round the month out, because it's a nice little come down from the excitement of the MCU.
Cool down period from your workout.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's you know. We ties in. It's all good. It's all good.
It's all about storytelling.
That's right. And nobody is the better story weaver. We've proven this throughout the course of our tapings here lately than you, my friend. So there you go.
And I mean, when you figure the fact that Howard the Duck does briefly appear in the 2 Guardians films.
Oh, yes. Yes, he does.
And he's even in the big battle in Endgame.
Yes, he is. If you look, he's there.
So,
yeah.
To cover his film, considering that he does pop up in the MCU, totally makes sense.
Absolutely.
Covering Daredevil when there's highly touted rumors that Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock will be appearing in the next Spidey film.
Right.
Just makes sense to cover the Affleck Daredevil, which then in turn brings us to Elektra. And, you know, at least we get to look at Jennifer Garner in tight leather for an hour and a half. So, you know, there are a couple of pluses in that film. Not many. But Jennifer Garner in skin-tight leather for an hour and a half, you know, it's about the only reason I went to go see Catwoman in theaters was Halle Berry.
I was going to say,
so.
that movie almost made Halle Berry go, oh, wait. Oh, yeah, mine's still worse. Damn.
So.
Hey, Halle Berry's got better abs than I do right now, so fuck, whatever.
Yes.
Just saying. Good on her, man. 53 years old. She looks better than ever. So
August isn't fully booked yet, but I think August is going to be a very personal month for me.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm thinking that it's going to be my favorite films and franchises, because August is my birth month.
Right.
So we're going to tap into the stuff that makes the Renegade tick. And the films that I come back to on a regular basis when I'm just looking for a damn good movie, whether it's to lift up my spirits or get aggression out or just laugh my ass off.
There you go. I dig it, brother. So
I think what's up?
I said, do you want to do the trivia now, or do you want to do our classic movie mail segment now?
I say, let's go ahead and get the trivia question out there.
All right.
Now, before we ask this, what's our viewership looking like? Do we have some people actually watching us?
Let's see what we got here. We have one person watching on my YouTube and one person watching on your YouTube. Nobody on my Facebook, nobody on Twitter. So there you go.
It is what it is. All right. So we've at least got 2 people here that are going to try to win this prize.
And again, if you're not comfortable with your knowledge of subject to be named here momentarily, donate below and you have the chance to win. Whoever has the highest donation at the end of the day, at the end of this show, will receive one of these 2 copies. So keep that in mind.
All right, Jeff. Let's do this and get to the trivia question.
All right. So since our giveaway is based in the Star Wars universe, the greater Star Wars universe, And it is a
And
wrestling
I was going to say, and
related.
since this is a wrestling channel by
Yeah,
nature,
yes. We decided. Well, Jay just again totally his baby here. The trivia question is as follows: what was the name of the character portrayed by WWE superstar Sasha Banks during season 2 of the Disney Plus series The Mandalorian? I'm gonna leave that there, and you guys, whoever is first in the comments over here, and I've got the comment thing right here, because y'all ain't gonna cheat. Every comment that comes in on all 4 platforms we're on right now, whoever's first will get that prize. And again, don't want to rack your brain, which it's midday. Don't blame your ass. Donate below, brother. In the meantime, as we await the answers to come in, I'm gonna circumvent you, Jay, because I've got movie mail today.
hey, go for it, man. I have some that I'm going to show off here that already are opened. So,
Right.
I tried to cut down on time since we're in a bit of a rush today, so I could just boom, boom, boom display them.
Right.
But I've got a little stack here. So Go for it, man. Show me what you got.
Before I open the one that I ordered, I want to talk about what we're going to be doing tomorrow on your channel, because, dude, you are a reviewer after my own heart. I'll tell you what, because everybody that knows me knows that my jam growing up, and it was so much my jam that I jammed 3 VCR sets with it. Literally, wore the tape out. Good night. Onion skin thin, and it took 10 years to replace it because my parents refused to buy another copy until it was re-released in theaters and subsequently re-released on VHS. So what I have here that I unearthed as a prop for tomorrow is the Masterpiece Collection Edition of Pinocchio. So that'll be tomorrow's review on the Constellation Studios channel, Renegades Reviews. It will be Pinocchio. I will be the special guest panelist, if you will. Jay just got the Blu-ray. I've got that somewhere. I loves it. He's got the Blu-ray. He's got the the combo pack there. It's on Disney Plus if you don't have the DVD player. We get you. I told Jay, I'm not going to lie, I almost went on eBay because I found the original 85 release. I almost bought one just to have it back. It's like, man, I'm mad that I had to give those up because I wore them out. I just wanted the one in the house. Just say I had my original back. It was like 99 cents. I almost said it's $1, really? Right? Why not? Now, the one I actually purchased, and this purchase goes along with helping you achieve your goal of Dylan walking in the room during the show when he knows I'm on the air and he's off camera and trying to not get my attention, but I'll go ahead and give him attention. What do you want? I am live with Jay on his show, which I gave everybody a schedule for, including you. What do you want?
Do you want lunch? I'm going to make myself some chicken tenders.
If you're making chicken tenders, I will gladly take some, yes.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Do you want tater tots with it? Or?
Definitely tater tots, yes. Okay. Thank you.
The
greasier the better, man. Greasy chicken, yeah, that's right. I'm going to clog my arteries. I don't give a shit. All right, so. Woo! So, all right. Now, this one will help you attain your goal of having a complete set. Kind of. If it's what I think it is. Should be. I don't want to cut the damn package. There we go. It's awfully big for what it's supposed to be. But I can see now it's packed by both the packaging and the cardboard contained therein. So.
A lot of people do that. That way the discs don't get free and start jostling around and get scratched.
Which I get, that pissed me off in the store. It's like, how does that happen in the store? Like, how are you that not careful? Come on, folks. It irritates the shit out of me every time. All right. So it is indeed the original DVD release of the theatrical train wreck that was Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. So now that I have the complete set, both versions of Curse on some sort of disc, your copy of the single disc 3 Blu-ray movie set of Curse, Theatrical, H2O, and Resurrection will be in the mail as soon as I possibly can. So
awesome. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to indulge myself and actually have a complete set because I'm not anal about it. So there you go. All right. Here's the mail. It never fails. He's going to open his movie mail and show us all. It never fails. mail.
And some of
what-
this, of course, is actual mail that was shipped to me through my work, because that's where I go, because I get discounts online.
Yes.
Some of these are things that I picked up through eBay, or there's one here that I even got off of Amazon,
Ooh.
and a couple I got in stores.
There you go.
Let's see here. We've got Mr. Peabody and Sherman.
That is so funny you have that as first. Dylan's opening class today, because it's the last week of school. He asked me if he could watch something on YouTube. Or, why? What are you doing? We're watching Peabody and Sherman. Oh, well, go ahead. Because, you know.
It's no Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Well,
It's
neither
not
Rocky
even
and
a
Bullwinkle.
Dudley Do Right.
Now, to be fair, the Rocky and Bullwinkle movie isn't Rocky and Bullwinkle. Poor De Niro, man. He got lumped into that clusterfuck. Good grief. City Slickers. Oh my God. I have not seen that since it first came out on video. Holy bananas. That's tremendous.
I've never seen it.
What? For all the
I'm
shit
not
you
the
and
biggest-
Rift give me, I understand that. I understand you're not the biggest fan of a lot of the people in this movie. But for you and Rift to give me the constant shit you give me, and I've seen City Slickers and you haven't? Wow. Bad form. Holy crap. Okay, carry on.
Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life. The second film in the saga there.
As hot as Angelina was, literally and figuratively back then, I've never seen either one of those either.
Dude,
I know.
add it to the list.
I know. Trust me. They've been on my list for a while anyway. Oh, here we go with the freaking Dwayne promotion.
Actually, it's funny that you say that.
He's not in that one, so but yeah.
Yeah, he is. This
he
is
is.
the
Okay,
one he
okay.
entered.
Oh,
the
okay.
franchise.
Okay, so all right, so here we go. So
But
there's
it's
5.
funny that you say the Dwayne promotion, because there's Fast 5.
Oh God, here we go.
There's
Hobbs
Hobbs
and
and
Shaw.
Shaw.
Tremendous. There you go.
But wait,
There's more.
there's The Rundown.
Now, see, that one I actually like. So there you go.
There's Pain and Gain with Marky Mark and Dwayne.
Dwayne
And
his
Anthony
goatee.
Mackie, pre The Falcon.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And I almost can't believe I bought this on purpose, but it does have Bones from the Kelvin timeline as well. Yes, Doom.
Where's my John Cena meme when I need it? For real. Like, oh my goodness.
So that takes care of the Dwayne portion of the show.
Hey, okay. I usually don't ask this because it's none of my business, but this is my business. How much did you pay for Doom?
I think it was like $5 or less.
Okay.
When you factor in my discount.
You're forgiven. That's it. Anything above 5, you lose your cred.
Yeah, I was going to say, dude, first of all, it's Blu-ray. So even if it was in the $6.96 bin at Walmart,
right,
for a Blu-ray, that's not bad.
Okay.
But yeah, I want to say it was like $5 or less.
Okay.
And the only reason I had gotten it, if it's any saving grace, is because I had procured this 3-movie DVD collection,
right,
which has Doom and The Rundown in it. So now I have DVD, Blu-ray for both. And this was under $4 for 3
Makes
movies.
Sense.
Then I have Halloween 5.
Nice. Very good.
And Hanukkah, a horror film. I saw this advertised on Facebook and I was like, what in the crap is this?
Right.
I looked into it and it sounded interesting in the description. Then I looked at the cast listing. Charles Fleischer, Roger Rabbit.
Oh, geez.
PJ Souls. Sid Haig.
Totally.
Sid Haig. And I'm like, okay, I'm sold. I have to see what this movie is like.
Right?
You know, it might just cost me my soul watching it,
Ha, 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 ha.
but it was worth the investment to see what that film is going to be like.
Tremendous.
And then for Halloween this year, as you remember, I'm going to be featuring more of the classic horror movies.
Right.
Creature from the Black Lagoon trilogy.
Wow. Take it back. Do, 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 do.
The original Mummy 6-film collection.
Oh my God.
The 5 actual Mummy films, and then the 6th film is Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy.
Oh my goodness, dude. Oh.
And to go with the Creature from the Black Lagoon, Abbott and Costello Meet the Creature from the Black Lagoon, which was not actually a theatrical film.
No.
It was an episode of the Abbott and Costello show they did that aired the week before Creature premiered in movie theaters.
Yep.
To help get some promotion for Creature. Because Abbott and Costello have already had the relationship with Universal, having done Meets Frankenstein, Meets the Invisible Man, Meets the Mummy. So they did this as a special on their TV series.
So you and I were talking about that Universal set that's on Amazon for $100-something. That has everything basically but the original Chaney Sr. Phantom, and that, you know, don't spend my money because I can buy it cheaper individually or something. Like I forget what you were telling me. I forget what the conversation entailed.
I forget it too, but I think you can find the stuff more cost effective by doing it on individuals. And you even end up with some doubles because the Frankenstein collection has Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. The Dracula collection has Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. The Wolfman collection has Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein because all 3 of them are in that film.
Yeah.
And I see we have our winner.
So
Not
the
that
dude that can
probably
afford a copy
needs-
his damn self, you know. Good for G,
Big
dude.
Baller
Whatever.
G is going to be scoring his own copy, DVD, Blu-ray, digital, of Star Wars, The Force Awakens.
Love it, G.
What
Love
is
it.
up, G? Thank you for joining the show and getting involved. The correct answer is Casca Reeves. There it is.
Talk about disclosure and spoiler. I still haven't seen season 2 yet.
Me neither.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, there you go.
I got lost about halfway through the first season.
Well, no, I finished the first season, and I really was glad I did because the fact that I don't want to spoil it for you or anybody else that hasn't seen it, but he's happy to be here, like he always is. I know, I very shame on both of us, absolutely. I don't think it'll be too much of a spoiler, the fact that I say it. One of the key people later in the season of season 1 was Sydney in Once Upon a Time, the Magic Mirror. So I was like, I know who this is. I can get with this. Very cool.
Yes,
so,
Giancarlo Esposito. I know that he came into the show there.
But yeah, the fact that he was in it, I got invested. But the fact that Sasha's in it and I haven't watched the episode, that is a shame. I 100% agree with G on that. That's 100% my bad. And I will attempt to rectify that when I get a break, which is based on the calendar now. Let me just take a look at my phone real quick here. 12th.
While you figure that out,
Yeah.
While you figure that out, the last movie mail that I have is one that I know you'll love.
Agreed with G there. Oh my goodness. What is that? Is that
the Christmas episode of I Love Lucy?
Oh my God. Love it. Love it.
Colorized for kids
Yes.
of all ages.
Yes.
And then as a bonus, it features Lucy's Italian movie, The Grape Stomping, and Lucy Goes to Scotland, colorized as well.
Dude, it's so cool that CBS is starting to put those out there every year with the Christmas episode where they're going to fill in the episode here. I think, granted, Do I think TV should be colorized from black and white? No, I don't. But, the way they're presenting it and marketing it is very cool. I love Lucy. And I love the presentations overall. So it's very, very cool. And I'm looking forward to whatever they present this year. I think it is the Superman episode already, which I love the Superman episode with George Reeves. That was really cool.
Superman episode is classic.
And I love that they didn't credit him as George Reeves. He's credited as Superman, which I think is just awesome. Keep the
Superman
mystique.
as himself.
Yeah, just keep the mystique. I love that. And I do love the Chris episode, the fact that, Santa is also credited, I think, as himself in the credit. I could be wrong there, and I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen that episode, but I love that scene in the kitchen where they're all five there, and he just, and they're like, Merry Christmas. And like, the hell just happened? It's like, what the hell was in those Philip Morris cigarettes? Jesus.
It's a riddle. I also am looking forward to the Boba Fett and Obi-Wan series.
If you get that one, we can S with you. Very good. Good grief.
Boba Fett has always been my favorite character in the Star Wars lore. So to see where they develop his character and what they do with him, it's going to be interesting.
Yes, and the Obi-Wan series, the fact that first of all, they've been brave enough to say Hayden's coming back, it's like, all right, well, shit, we're just going to have balls and say it now. So, the fact that Hayden's going to be in the suit during this series, like, okay, we're off to the races. Here we go.
He got such a bad rep. Like,
He really did.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what Disney Plus can do with him, because all the shows that I have seen on Disney Plus, granted, all 2, 3 of them have been really well written.
Yes.
So I'm very, very curious to see.
Yeah. And
considering how bad the writing was for the prequel trilogy, what they can do with Hayden and his acting in this one.
While you're talking about the Disney Plus series, it's been a few days. Can we get a quack for Friday's show?
Quack.
Quack. Quack. Quack. Quack. Quack. Oh my God.
Dude, Game Changers.
That entire episode is all the feels. Like, Jesus. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
And now that all is right with the world, as it should have been all along, I said it, and again, if you haven't seen the last 2 episodes of Game Changers, Mighty Ducks Game Changers for this season, you might want to mute me here for a few minutes. The fact that when I said at the beginning of the season, okay, yeah, the new logo is cool. I enjoyed the color scheme. You know us Kings fans in purple and black, so I was okay with it. But how could they not have at least the D2 color scheme? And then they go back even further. It's like, oh man! And now that what's happened has happened at the end of the season, it's like, ooh, now we're gonna get this back, dude. The marketing machine with those jerseys, dude, they can print money again, for real, on that damn franchise, like, for real.
I'm not even going to lie, dude. Every time that I sit over in my chair over there to watch Game Changers, I'm looking on eBay or Etsy or something for the Don't Bothers jerseys.
Yep.
Because I want Amaro Captain Don't Bothers jersey.
Yep. And I'm so glad both of us got in on the not having to spend a damn fortune on the D1 jerseys, because when they re-release them, they're going to be NHL prices.
Oh yeah.
And I ain't paying that much for a jersey unless it's a King Stanley Cup jersey again, or the reverse retro to go with my hat. Because, by the way, if anybody can find a 3X reverse retro Kings jersey out there, I will give you my soul, what's left of my soul, because you can't find that shit nowheres. Good Lord. But yeah, having the D1 jersey, so happy. Having the D2 USA jersey before it got crazy, so happy. Unfortunately, trying to find a D3 end of D2 era jersey without the damn Anaheim patches on it is a pain in the ass. So
yes.
I was told, however, by Honda Center rep that, if you want to wait till next season when we do our anniversary thing, you can buy it for, $400. I'm like, if I'm going to drop $400 at Honda Center during a Ducks game, I'm going to be bringing home some power players with me. I'm just throwing that out there right now. No. No.
Yeah.
So, but again, very happy with the way the Ducks stuff turned out. I am very, very curious to see where they go with season 2 and beyond The Mandalorian. I'm glad they're bringing back Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen for the Obi-Wan series. Just a lot of good stuff coming up on Disney Plus, and starting today, starting in a couple hours. Great stuff for Disney from you coming up this month. So very, very happy to be along for the ride tomorrow. Anyway, and we'll see how the rest of the month goes.
Before we wrap up, gonna throw it out there. Give a couple minutes if anybody has any questions that they'd like to submit. Super chats will get you more noticed, and hey. Nobody has donated anything yet that I know of, so you send a super chat, you win the other copy of The Force Awakens.
I'm going to check PayPal again here.
Yeah, I've got no notifications.
Yep. I'm checking. Not a thing. Come on, guys. Seriously, an easy donation, like $1 will get you a copy of this movie, like for real. How, plus shipping costs, obviously, but come on, folks. It's the movie that brought Star Wars back to us. You must own this movie.
Right. Give a couple minutes for some questions. If no questions come in the next couple minutes, then we'll go ahead and wrap it up here, sir, because I know we have a little bit more filming that we need to do, and then you've got some live shenanigans that are going to be going on today, which are going to coincide with my first episode, so I seem doomed in that aspect, but it is what it is.
Well, trust me, I will definitely be throwing out there that I want everybody to go watch, because Snow White is also one of my favorites. I adore that movie, this, but it just seemed wrong to not be on an NWA preview show, not at 6:05. Just seemed, although I did find out that, of course, NWA Power Surge is going to preview the pay-per-view at 6:05 also. So I'm competing with them. It is what it is. So yeah, I'll be on tomorrow with you for Pinocchio, and then, as you said, much to your surprise, I'm going to be on for Lady and the Tramp in 2 weeks. Again, that was a necessity thing because I got nothing going on Tuesday, so had to fill a slot, if you will. So
it is what it is. Like I said, I was a little surprised you didn't choose Pippin.
No, I know,
but
maybe I'm doing on Peter Pan.
Is logical.
Maybe you can recruit Dylan to have Dylan on for the Peter Pan episode. See what he thinks now, looking back all these years later.
Possible. Something I'll keep in mind.
I mean, if you want to go full freaking bore on that, have my kid on the Peter Pan episode, have your kid on the Jungle Book episode.
Definitely doable there.
There you
go. I have to admit, I enjoyed the Star Trek movies more than I thought I would.
I told you.
As we established, both on the show and on last month's Renegade recap, I had already seen the first 7.
Right.
So it was just rewatching them and remembering them. But the other 6 that I had never seen weren't half bad. And I was surprised by how much I enjoyed the Kelvin timeline almost more than the original timeline. And as I mentioned on the show, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that 95% of the actors and actresses in the original timeline I know because of their Star Trek performances.
Right.
I don't know a whole lot of them outside Shatner, Stewart, Burton notwithstanding.
Right.
I can't even throw Spiner out there because aside from Independence Day, I don't know too much of him outside of that.
If you if you don't know his voice enough to know he was one of the many Jokers post-Hamill, you're not going to get a whole lot of Brent Spiner outside of Trek and Independence Day. And I'm not knocking Brent. I love Brent, but it is what it is.
But when you come to the Kelvin timeline, you know, Chris Pine, Steve Trevor, you know, Zachary Quinto, Siler, Carl Urban, Doom with The Rock, Zoe Saldana, Guardians, and even though I've never seen it, I know she was in Avatar. You know, we've got John Cho, one of the MILF dudes from American Pie. He's also in Harold and Kumar. You know, Chris Hemsworth, Thor, Jennifer Morrison, Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, how cool is that? Like, I didn't see...
Thor and Emma Swan gave birth to Captain James T. Kirk. We're just going to leave that right there.
Dude, if Captain Kirk wasn't cocky in the 60s, he sure as shit is going to be now, having Thor and freaking Emma Swan as parents. God damn.
But I mean, you know, Idris Elba, Benedict Cumberbatch. All these actors and actresses, like, I know outside of Star Trek, so I was able to get a little bit more invested in their performances, I think.
Right. And what I found cool about the new timeline of, or not new timeline, the continuation of the Star Wars timeline is, much like 1977, much like Superman in 78, you know, or, yeah, they went with mostly relative unknowns for the principals, which is always a risk. But when you hire people in that really have, I dare say, nothing to lose in roles like that, they're going to sink or swim. And if they swim, the movies soar, which the sequel trilogy did, without question. By contrast, the Kelvin timeline, like you said, hired people that had either been established or were damn near on their way, even without donning the Starfleet uniforms. And
yeah, because I mean, you got to figure the first Star Trek Kelvin movie was 2009. Thor was still 2 years away.
Yep. I don't think Once was on the air yet either.
No, I think it was.
You know, I'm sorry. No, you know, once ended not long after that. Actually, I take that back. It was kind of in the middle.
Yeah, because
but you know,
because Once was kind of just getting underway, I think, when Thor came out, which is why Josh, you know, Charming, was able to be Fandral. But by the time it got to the Dark World Thor,
right,
it was too much, and he couldn't get away from Once filming.
Right. But yeah, that was, like I said, having seen the Kelvin timeline first movie, you know, back when it came out, because I gave it a chance, I was a good boy, and then going back after seeing Once and went, hey, what I found hysterical, and I didn't think about this until later. Jennifer Morrison's character's name is Winona Kirk. Winona Ryder's in this movie.
Yeah.
Briefly.
As Spock's mom.
Unfortunately, it's briefly before they axe her off the face of the planet Vulcan, but, you know. But, and that's the other thing. Like I said, I had such a hard time with the Kelvin time originally before I actually went and saw it and actually stopped being so wrapped in my own damn self. Because, you know, Spock's kissing Uhura, and Kirk's Kirk's dad is dead, and, you know, Spock's mom dies, and it's like, what the shit, man? This is not my Star Trek. And I had to, of all people, somebody that I would never rely on for anything else, alternate reality. Oh, got it. Once you get past your own shit.
I love how the song Sabotage came full circle as well. You know, when we meet Kirk in the first film and he's racing his car, being chased by the law enforcement, and Sabotage is being blared over his car speakers. And then we come to the third movie and we need to jam the signal. You know what song you're going to play? Sabotage kicks in and Kirk's just like, good choice. I loved that. I understood that reference. I caught it immediately. One of the best Beastie Boys songs from the 90s.
Absolutely. And the fact that it endured in the 23rd century is always a good thing.
Yeah. Well,
So-
it doesn't look like we're going to get any questions, so it is
Terrible.
what it is.
Terrible people. Oh well.
Like we've said before, I get the fact that we're on at noon, 3:00 Eastern. So
Right.
maybe we need to try to evaluate that a little bit later on.
Yeah.
And especially if I'm going to keep having Tuesdays off, and Tuesdays is a day that you need to fill content on, then maybe we can start bumping this back to 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern, and maybe get a bit more participation that way. But
There you go.
we've always done it at noon. That way you had a break before
Right.
going live with Mikey. But now that Statboy is on hiatus,
Right.
like I said, if Tuesdays continue to be an off day for me,
Right.
we may need to reevaluate the time here in order to get a little bit more activity.
There you go. So, in that vein, what I will do is I decided that I don't want to overlap you because that's not fair to you, and I don't want to compete with the NWA itself on their own damn prediction show. So I'm gonna move my prediction show with Noah. Noah, if you're watching, or if I'll tell you later in private chat, we're gonna go live as soon as NWA Power Surge is over today, whenever that may be. So if they're over at 4:05, cool, whatever. So please, y'all, go to Renegades. Go if you're watching on Costume Studios channel right now, cool. A couple hours from now, his review of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It is the movie. It is, I dare say, the reason, besides this guy, if I can get my damn directions right, that we're sitting here talking about Disney. They were talking about Jennifer Morrison being on Once Upon a Time. They were talking about all these things happening because without Snow White to continue the path that Mickey had laid down for her a decade earlier, we don't sit here and do these things with Disney-wise. So,
no,
Snow White's a very important, very, very important piece of Disney history, period.
Yeah.
And the movie is just such a spectacular thing for what it was. You figure it's 84 years old. It's crazy.
Yeah. Granted, without Mickey, we don't get to Snow White. But like you said, without Snow White, we don't get to Fantasia on your shirt and the reinvention of Mickey, who was losing popularity at the time.
Yep.
And we damn sure don't get to this guy on my shirt.
Yeah. Or anything post Snow White, period. I mean, really, if Snow White flops on its ass like was predicted, then, whole different animated movie business.
Pinocchio was probably already in production, so we might have still gotten that. But anything post Pinocchio, I tend to agree with you on.
Well, I only say incorrect because I actually I watched Pinocchio getting ready for my part of the review, and Walt said they didn't go into official production until Snow White had wrapped its theatrical run, and they made sure they had something to jump off from. Because, I mean, they were balls deep in debt anyway. So, Snow White not succeeding leads to everything going completely down the crapper. Just like instant, like plane crash instantly. Plane crazy. So, there you go.
So,
thank you, my friend, for letting me be a part of the ride today. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Congratulations once again to Big Baller G for winning the one copy of Star Wars The Force Awakens DVD, Blu-ray, digital. You can see the shrink wrap still on this bad boy.
Brand spanking new.
G, if you're still watching, shoot me a message on either the Insta or on Facebook so that I can get your address, and I will get that out to you within the next week or so. Like I said, I've got personal stuff coming up that I need to focus on, but it'll definitely be in the mail here shortly for you.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this month's edition of Renegade Recap. Greatly appreciated. Thank you, Jeff, for riding along with me.
Always, brother. Ride or die.
I look forward to seeing you guys, hopefully, in 2 hours for the first review this month. As Jeff said, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And then the timeline just snowballs from there, baby. Pinocchio, Fantasia, Dumbo, Bambi, That just takes care of the golden age. Then we get to the package films era, the wartime era. And then we move into the silver age and films like Cinderella and The Jungle Book and Alice in Wonderland and Peep-Pan.
Japan.
Then we get into the bronze era and some of the not as popular films in Disney filmography, you know, The Black Cauldron and The Rescuers and The Great Mouse Detective. And once we get through that, we're going to merge briefly, just crack the egg that is the Renaissance era and get The Little Mermaid and The Rescuers Down Under before we fade to black for this month and this year. And when we come back next year for the continuation of Disney, hopefully in its regular monthly spot in July to honor the opening of the park like it was supposed to be this year, coming right in guns blazing with Beauty and the Beast and tackling the rest of the Renaissance, you know, the post-Renaissance and everything else coming after that. Films like
So-
Brother Bear, Tarzan, Hunchback, Atlantis, which I've never seen, Treasure Planet, which I've never seen, you know, of course, Frozen 2. It's going to be
It's
very, very fun, though, to sink my teeth into the turkey leg that is the Disney filmography.
so we'll wrap with this. So if there's the golden age and the package years and the silver age and the bronze age, is the post-Renaissance the tarnished age? I'm just curious how that works with the metals.
I actually have on my phone, you know, all the different eras broken down. I forget off the top of my head what it's called. If you want to hold the phone for just a tick-tock here, and no, not the dreaded app, I will look it up real quick because, like I said, I do have it here. After the Renaissance era,
I'm holding my phone.
Technically called the post-Renaissance era.
Okay.
And that covers from 2000 to 2009. Like I said, things like The Emperor's New Groove, Chicken Little, Lilo and Stitch, Fantasia 2000. Then we get into the revival era, which is the present day.
Right.
It's Princess and the Frog, it's Frozen, it's Big Hero 6, Wreck-It Ralph, Tangled, etc.
Yes.
So
It's going to be an interesting couple of summer months for you with these Disney movies. I know they are very much your bread and butter, very much our bread and butter as a team. So it's going to be cool to have them reviewed and scrutinized and given what for, good and bad. So it's going to be cool. I'm going to enjoy it.
To take a title from a very, very overlooked and forgotten Disney film from the 40s that combines live action and animation, these films are so dear to our hearts. And we will end it right there. Thank you very much for tuning in. I am the Renegade. He's the Professor. We will see you next time.